Okay, let's dive right into this. We've got some really interesting excerpts here from Persevering Faith Under Pressure.
Hmm.
And just that title, it tells you we're tackling something pretty significant. What does it actually mean to endure, to like persevere when things get tough?
Right. And what immediately jumps out, I think, is how countercultural this perspective is.
Totally.
The source talks about a blessing, not, after the pressure list, but right there in the middle of enduring it, if you have faith, that is.
A blessing in the pressure itself. That sounds pretty uncomfortable.
It does. It really goes against the grain of, well, everything that tells us to avoid difficulty at all costs.
Yeah, find the easy way out.
Exactly. And the source actually calls this idea, it's from James chapter 1, verse 12. It calls it an unpopular beatitude.
Unpopular. Okay. Why?
Well, the verse says, "Blessed is he who perseveres under trial." And it goes on about receiving a crown of life. But unpopular because, honestly, who's signing up for trials?
Huh, right. Nobody's looking for more pressure. But there's a key word the source focuses on, isn't there? To help us understand this better.
Yes, absolutely. It zooms in on the original Greek for perseveres, right there in James. The word is hypomenō,
Hypomenō. Okay.
and the source breaks it down neatly. Hypo means under,
Under.
and menō means to remain.
So, to remain under. Wow, okay. That definitely changes the picture from just like passively suffering.
It really does. The source is clear. This isn't just grim endurance. It's about remaining steadfast under pressure. It's active.
Active remaining. Not just getting hit by waves, but like standing against them.
Precisely. It's a purposeful resistance. Think of, holding your ground. You're actively choosing to trust, to stay put when everything's pushing you.
So it's faith that actively stands firm.
Exactly. And the source connects this idea elsewhere, too. It points to Romans 12:12, where Paul says about it, continue steadfastly in prayer.
Oh, interesting.
It's the same Greek word, hypomenō. So even prayer isn't passive wishing. It's this active remaining under.
That connection really drives home the active part. You're not running, you're facing it, even in prayer.
You got it. And the source kind of puts the question to us, doesn't it? When trials come, what's our default? Do we look for the exit?
Or do we stay?
Or do we remain steadfastly under it?
Mm-hmm.
The implication is that some victories, some growth, only happen after we've stayed through that specific test.
Okay, that makes sense conceptually, but practically. How do you actually do that when you feel completely overwhelmed, when every instinct is screaming, run?
Good question. And the source gives some pretty concrete steps.
Okay.
First, maybe obviously, but crucially,
Mm-hmm.
don't run from the pressure. Face it.
Right. Easier said than done sometimes.
Definitely. Second, it says to actively feed your faith, like really intentionally. It mentions the word, prayer, fellowship, the essentials.
It's fuel for the remaining under.
Exactly. And the third thing, maybe the most powerful, keep your eyes on the promise.
The promise. You mean like that crown of life from James?
Yes, that's a big one. But the source mentions others too. Like in Hebrews, it says you need to persevere to receive the promise.
Okay.
And Timothy links perseverance with reigning. Romans 5 even maps it out. Pressure produces perseverance, which builds character, which leads to hope.
So there's a trajectory. It's not just indefinite staying, it's staying for something.
Right. It's purposeful, remaining with an expected end in sight. You're holding on because you know what you're holding on for.
So it's not just gritting your teeth. It's an active posture fueled by faith, focused on an outcome.
Yes, very intentional. The source even includes a kind of prayer, asking to be taught this perseverance, asking not to run, but to actually grow through it all, to show a love that doesn't quit, but keeping focused on that promise.
That really does reframe trials, doesn't it? It shifts them from just things to survive to maybe opportunities for growth if you engage with them in this remaining underway.
Exactly. And the source kind of leaves us with this thought. Mature faith isn't really about who starts the race fastest.
Right.
It's about who's still standing, still remaining steadfast under the pressure right to the very end.
Happy is he who endures, it says at the end, and then it adds, because true love never gives up. It ties perseverance to love.
Yeah, that steadfastness, that hypomenō, it's framed as this active choice that comes from a deep conviction, a love that just keeps you there, trusting, purposefully, even when it's really hard.
So thinking about this deep dive, this idea of persevering faith under pressure, what does it mean for you listening? The source suggests real strength and growth don't come from escaping pressure, but from staying under it with purpose.
Remaining steadfast.
Right, steadfast till the end, echoing that true love never gives up. Maybe take a moment to consider, Is there an area in your life right now where you feel that intense pressure? And perhaps, based on this, the call isn't to find a way out, but simply to, well, remain, to stay steadfast under it, trusting that growth comes from staying put, with intention and eyes on the promise.